All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakal Kwitash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, and I want to say, Call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakal Kwitash. All right, this gospel is preached unto you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. All right, because you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right, and this word is for y'all and y'all only, the nation of Israel. All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of America, man. All right, because that's what's coming, all right? America being destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire, all right? And America in the Bible is known as Babylon the Great, or the great daughter of Babylon, or Mystery Babylon, all right? And according to the Bible, Mystery Babylon, or the great daughter of Babylon, is going to be destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire, all right? Nuclear destruction, all right? That's what's getting ready to come, all right? Nuclear missiles are about to fly off in World War III and hit this place and wipe it off the face of this earth, man, because that's the will of the Heavenly Father, man, all right? America is the most vile, the most profane, all right, the most wicked and the most abominable empire to ever exist in history, man. All right? To ever exist in history. And that's why the Lord is getting ready to destroy it, man. The Lord has a very strong and passionate hatred for America, man. This place is never going to be inhabited ever again once it's destroyed off the face of this earth, man. All right? You understand? And that's what I want to get into. I want to get into a certain chapter today, man. All right, I want to get into Isaiah 24, all right, which talks about the destruction that's going to hit this earth in this third world war, all right, and also the destruction of America, all right, so let's get into it, man, all right, let's get into Isaiah 24, man, all right, let's get it going, all right. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, all right, chapter 24, verse 1. It says, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste. He turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And that's talking about the destruction, man. All right, that's talking about the destruction that's ready to come upon this earth. The nuclear destruction, man. All right, let's read that again. All right, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty. Yeah, the earth is getting ready to be empty, man. All right, the earth is getting ready to be made desolate. Yahweh's getting ready to waste this earth, man. All right, by thermonuclear destruction. You understand? All right, it said, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Yeah, the scriptures say, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. All right, the word woe means destruction. All right, destruction to the inhabitants of the earth, to the inhabitants of this earth, man. All right, because that's what's coming, destruction. The Lord, we just read it. The Lord scattereth the inhabitants thereof. Because you people are getting ready to be destroyed, man. All right, your body's going to be thrown around like dung, man. All right, in these last days, man. All right, so let's read this verse one more time. All right, and we'll get a precept, man. All right, Isaiah 24 and 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste. He turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And that's talking about, again, the destruction that's getting ready to fall upon this earth. All right? He scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Let's get Isaiah 13 and 11. All right? What's up? Yeah, I'm preaching the gospel. All right? What's up? Why don't you come over here and learn something? Exactly, you don't know nothing. You just the Edomite getting ready to be destroyed. You're gonna be destroyed. All right? So let's get Isaiah 13 and 11. All right? Isaiah 13 and 11. I will punish the world for their evil and their wicked, and the wicked for their iniquity. Yeah, and that's why the Lord is getting ready to rain upon this earth nuclear destruction. All right, because what did we just read? Let's read it again one more time. All right, Isaiah 24. All right, Isaiah 24 and 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. That's talking about the destruction that's getting ready to come upon this earth. Why? Why is the Lord getting ready to bring a destruction upon this earth? Because this earth is greatly defiled. All right, why is this earth greatly defiled? Because look who's ruling this planet earth right now. All right, the wicked. All right, which is known as Esau, Edom in the Bible. All right, the so-called white man. All right, the so-called white man, which is known as Esau, Edom in the Bible. All right, he rules this planet earth right now. All right, and that's why this earth is very wicked, because the wicked is ruling. All right, Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man, they're also known as the wicked race in the Bible. And if the wicked is ruling, wickedness is going to cover the earth, man. All right, matter of fact, let's get that in Ecclesiasticus. All right, let's get that in Ecclesiasticus. All right, let's get that real quick. All right. All right, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2. Let's grab that real quick. All right, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2. All right, let's grab that real quick. All right, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2. All right, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Yeah, so if the wicked is ruling, all right, then the people of this earth also are going to be wicked. All right, so that's why this earth is exceedingly polluted, man. Because Esau, Edom, the wicked is ruling, the so-called white man. He's the devil. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, so if the wicked is ruling, wickedness is going to spread throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, what does it say in 2nd Ezra 15 and 6? All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. All right, for the earth. Let's grab that real quick. All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. But let me finish this off real quick. All right, this is the book of Sirach 10 and 2. As the judge of the people is, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah. So whatever type of ruler there is, that's how the people are going to be. All right. So if the wicked is ruling, that means wickedness is going to spread throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So that's why this earth is very defiled right now, because look who's ruling.
Who's that?
All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
Who's that?
All right. So let's go back into 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. All right. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Yeah, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, because look who's ruling it, man. The wicked. So wickedness is going to exceedingly pollute the whole earth if the wicked is ruling. All right, and that's why the Lord is getting ready to bring destruction upon this earth. All right, Shalak Rayam by off. All right, you're going to be destroyed. All right, All right, so now let's go to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. All right, no, let's get Isaiah 13 and 11. All right, Isaiah 13 and 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil. That's why the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, man. All right, the Lord said he will punish the world for their evil, man. You understand? All right. So it says, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. All right, the arrogancy of the proud is getting ready to cease, man. All right, the arrogancy of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is getting ready to fall, man. You understand?
You want to answer my question? That's not true, man.
That's not a question, dummy.
That's not true, dummy.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
No, prove that's true.
All right, let's get Romans the 3rd chapter. All right.
That's not true, man. That's not true.
Let's get Romans the 3rd chapter.
That's not true.
We don't care if you don't believe. You're not supposed to believe, bro, because you're the wicked. You're not supposed to believe because you're the wicked. That's why.
You're spewing fucking garbage.
All right. Are we about to see if it's garbage? All right, because your people getting ready to be destroyed out of the land. All right. All right. So it says, Romans 13 and 3, for what if some did not believe? All right. Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without none effect? Yeah, so just because you don't believe, that doesn't mean it ain't true, man. You're going to be destroyed. Your people are going to be destroyed. All right. It's going to be a beautiful thing to see the Most High destroy you wicked ass Amalekites, man. All right, it's gonna be beautiful, man. All right, and to those whoever is watching, all right, you hear all those scoffers, right? I know you hear all those scoffers in the background. All right, that's all Amalek, man. That's all small hatters, man. All right, you heard all that horn beeping and all that, because they see me out here, man, being a damn nuisance, man. It's gonna be beautiful to watch these devils be destroyed, man. All right. Shalak Rayam Aishashua Baba Quishah Baba Quishah Baba Quishah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash Aman. All right. Throwing curses upon y'all, man. All right. Throwing curses upon y'all, man. Because y'all the devil, man. Ooh, it's gonna be beautiful, man. But that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, man. When you see scoffers out here, man. Straight up. All right. I know y'all heard, I don't know if y'all heard them in the background. All right. Talking about, bro, I get heated, bro. I get heated when they come out here, bro. And they start babbling with their nonsense, bro. Woo. All right, that's why we send curses upon y'all, man. All right, curses upon America for this place to be destroyed. It's gonna be beautiful, man, to watch y'all get wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire, man. All right, you Edomites, man. Especially you Amalekites, the least of the flock, man. All right, I know you heard all that noise, all that scoffing. All right, I don't know if they came into the camera. All right, but you heard them in the background. All right. Anyway, let's get back to what I was getting into. All right. Let's read Isaiah 24 again. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash, man. That's how I know I'm doing a good thing, a good and right thing, man. All right, the scriptures say that scoffers shall come in the last days, man. All right. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's get Isaiah 24 and let's continue to break it down, man. All right, which Isaiah 24 is talking about the destruction that's getting ready to come upon this earth and the destruction that's getting ready to come upon America, man. All right, so let's get Isaiah 24. All right, Isaiah 24 and 1. All right, it says, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Again, that's talking about the destruction, all right, that's getting ready to come upon this earth by the way of nuclear fire, by the way of nuclear missiles, man. All right. So let's get Isaiah. Why? Why? Because this earth is wickedness has exceedingly polluted this earth. That's why. All right, this earth is completely wicked, completely contrary to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so the earth has to flood, so the Lord has to flood this earth with fire, man. All right, that's why this earth has to be broken down and utterly destroyed, man, because wickedness has exceedingly polluted this earth. So let's grab that as well. You know, I already got it, but let's grab it again. All right. 2 Ezra 15:6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yes, so wickedness has exceedingly polluted this whole earth. And why is wickedness all over this earth right now? Because the wicked is ruling, all right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right? They're also known as the wicked in the Bible. So if the wicked is ruling, what's going to be pushed out? Wickedness, all right? So let's also grab that in the book of Sirach, all right? The 10th chapter, all right? I already got it, but I want to get it again, all right? Because I don't know if you heard all that, man, all right? With all that scoffing and scorning, man, all right? So it says, the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter, the 2nd verse, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah, so if the ruler is wicked, then the people are going to be wicked, man. So that's why, since the wicked is ruling, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, wickedness is going to be spread throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right. It also tells you in the book of Maccabees, when the Edomites came into rulership, when they came into power, all right, starting with the Greeks, that wickedness multiplied on the earth, man. You understand? So let's get Isaiah 13:11, all right, which precepts Isaiah 24, the first chapter, which I read. All right. So let's get Isaiah 13. All right. And 11. All right, Isaiah 13:11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And who's the most proudest man on earth? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The Lord is going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, man. All right, the Lord is getting ready to bring this man down, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He not going to rule this planet Earth forever, man. All right, the Lord is getting ready to take this man down, all right, and raise up his people, all right, starting with the elect, all right, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, who are God's chosen people, the Israelites, man, the people on this sign right here. They're getting ready to be kings and gods and rulers of this planet Earth once again. All right, because what does it say in 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter? All right, for Esau is the end of the world, all right, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So once the Lord brings the white man down from the rulership of this planet Earth, Jacob is going to rule right after that, man. And that's how you know that Esau is still here, man. That he's the end of the world, meaning the world, this age right now is in his hand. All right, but he's the end of it, man. All right, meaning after he comes down, all right, we're gonna rule, man. Jacob is gonna rule right after, man. All right, but let's continue with Isaiah 24, man. All right, because we're gonna break this whole chapter down. All right, Isaiah 24. All right, it says, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Again, that's talking about the destruction that's getting ready to come upon this earth, man. All right, you understand? Matter of fact, let's get the book of 2nd Ezra, all right, the 16th chapter. All right, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. All right. It says, 2nd Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, man. So the Lord is getting ready to bring destruction upon this earth, of all places upon this earth. Babylon being America, all right, Asia, Egypt, Syria. So all these places are going, all throughout the earth are going to be hit, man. Destruction is coming upon all these places, man. This whole earth is going to be devoured, all right, by the fire of the Lord's jealousy, man. Like it tells you in Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, man. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, man. All right. Isaiah 24:2. It says, it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, and with the maid, so with her mistress, and with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. Yeah, so that's talking about everybody being destroyed. Everyone's going to be destroyed, man. All right? If you're not of the elect, all right? If you're not of the 144,000, if you're not of the great multitude that follows behind the 144, all right? If you're not of the elect, you're going to be destroyed if you're on this earth, all right? When these nuclear missiles hit this earth, you're going to be destroyed, man. There's no escaping it, man. All right? There's no escaping it, man. All right? Matter of fact, let's get 2nd Ezra. Let's continue in 2nd Ezra, man. All right? 2nd Ezra 16. Let's get it, man. All right, 2nd Ezra 16 and 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Talking about the nuclear missiles, all right? The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. So you can't escape it, man. All right, there's no escaping it, man. All right, the fire is going to consume the foundation of this earth. And like we read in the 2nd verse, all right, of Isaiah 24:2, all right, everyone is going to be destroyed. Everyone outside of the elect is going to be destroyed, man. All right, so let's read that again. All right, it says, I'll start at verse 1 again. Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste. He turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, and with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So all this destruction is going to come upon everyone, man. All right, if you're not of the elect, all right, this destruction is going to come upon you, man. All right, this is why you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, the Israelites, man, the elect of y'all must come back to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man, before he destroys this place, man. Because you don't want to get caught up in that nuclear fire. You don't want to get caught up in that nuclear destruction, man. You don't want to get burnt, all right? All right, you don't want to get burnt up, man, all right? So let's keep reading, all right? Verse 3, all right? It says, the land shall be utterly emptied, all right? The land is going to be utterly emptied, man. What land? America. This land in this verse right here is talking about America, man. All right, Babylon, all right? The U.S. of A, man. All right? America is getting ready to be emptied, man. All right, literally, man. Because once this place is destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire, all right, which is going to happen, all right, this place is never going to be inhabited ever again. All right, America is never, ever going to be inhabited ever again. This place is going to be empty, man. Everything you see, everybody, all the buildings, all the structures, all right, everything is going to be dissolved and destroyed. You understand? All right, everything is going to melt. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that in 2 Peter's, man. I haven't brought that out in a long time. All right. Let's get 2 Peter, all right, the 3rd chapter. All right. Let's grab that, man. All right, this is 2 Peter, where should I start, man? All right, I'll start at verse 10, 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Yeah, when you least expect it, man. All right, because all you people of this earth right now have no idea what's going on. You don't know what's happening or going on around you. All right, you're just living life thinking everything is all normal. You go to work. All right, you might go to the gym. You party, hang out with friends. All right, but while you're all doing this, man, all right, that's when the Lord is going to crack that sky in half, man. When you're being wicked as hell, man. When the last thing on your mind is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. That's when Yahweh Bahashim, that's when Yahweh Shai going to crack that sky, man. All right, we know he going to crack that sky during the time of the destruction of World War III. Right, but during that time, you people are going to be out here partying, doing all that too. When all this destruction comes upon this earth, man. All right? All right? So it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. What's up? What's going on, big guy? All right, all right. Verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Hear that great noise? All right, the heavens passing away with the great noise is talking about the nuclear missiles, the nuclear destructions. All right? They're going to pass away with the great noise. That great noise is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right? Them hitting this earth. All right? Making this whole earthquake, man. All right? You understand? It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, even the elements are going to melt. All right, when the nuclear missiles hit, the heavens are going to pass away with the great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. You understand? Come on, man. It says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Yeah, so everything that you see, all types of buildings and statues and monuments, all the cars and the roads that you see, all that is going to be burnt up, man. Everything is going to be burnt up. Everything is going to dissolve. All right, we're going to read it, man. But let's read verse 10 again. All right, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Talking about the nuclear missiles. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? That's right, man. What manner? Apostle Peter said, knowing that these things shall be dissolved, everything you see is going to be dissolved, man, because of the nuclear fire, man. All right? Apostle Paul said, knowing that all these things are going to be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be? All right, you ought to be a man of the Most High, man. All right, because only the elect, all right, the 144,000, which are the true prophets of the Lord, and the great multitude that follows behind the true prophets, the 144, all right, those are the ones that are going to be delivered and saved from the nuclear destruction that's going to hit this earth and that's going to hit America as well. All right? So let's keep reading. It says, looking for and hasting unto the coming day of the Most High, where the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, that's the day of the Lord. All right? Everything is going to be dissolved. All right? And the elements are going to melt with fervent heat, man. All right? You understand? See, you people really don't know what's getting ready to pop off, man. You don't know, man. All right? Because you haven't been taught the truth, man. All right? So let's get it going. All right? Let's get back into Isaiah, the 24th chapter. All right? Isaiah 24:3. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord has spoken this word. Yeah, and that's talking about America, all right? The land is going to be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, man. All right? Talking about Babylon, a.k.a. America, all right? It says, verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Yeah, talking about the destruction of this earth, how the Lord is getting ready to destroy this earth. And when I say destroy this earth, I'm not talking about the earth itself. The earth is always going to be here, man. All right, the entire, like you people think that the earth is going to explode. Like when you people think of the end of the world, you think of the earth exploding, and you know, nah, man, the earth is always going to be here, because this is where the kingdom of heaven is going to be. All right, the kingdom of heaven is when the Israelites rule the planet Earth forever and ever and ever and ever. And for 1 billion years from now, we're going to rule this planet Earth, man. All right, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rakhtazah. All right, I am of the elect. All right. So when it says verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languishes and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish. It's not talking about the earth itself being destroyed. The Lord is going to destroy this earth, meaning He's going to cleanse it, man, of its wickedness, man. And fire is the best cleansing agent. All right, nuclear missiles are going to cleanse this earth, man. All right. That's because this earth is completely wicked and defiled right now, man. You understand? All right, and fire is the best. There's a lot of blood that has been shed all over this earth. All right, the blood of the saints, man, have been shed all over this earth, man. And that's why the earth is defiled, man, because blood defiles the land, man. All right, matter of fact, let's grab that. All right, for blood defileth the land. All right, let's grab that. Let's get the book of Numbers. Let's get the book of Numbers 35, or is it 30? All right, the book of Numbers, no. All right, this is the book of Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Yeah, so Esau, Edom's blood, all right, the so-called white man's blood has to be shed, all right, for all the earth to be cleansed, man. All right, because Esau, Edom, he shed everyone's blood all over this land, all right, especially the blood of the saints, man. All right, the blood of the Israelites, the blood of you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. All right, especially here in America. And that's why America is going to be wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire. That's how this place is going to be cleansed. All right, so Esau, Edom's blood has to be shed in order for America to be cleansed, man. And that's exactly what's going to happen. All the Edomites in this land are going to be destroyed. All right, that's how this land is going to be cleansed, man. All right, so let's read that again. All right, it says Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Yeah, so whoever shed our blood, all right, their blood has to be shed, man. All right, that's how you cleanse the land, man. All right, for the land cannot be cleansed of the blood thereof, but by the blood of him that shed it, man. So who shed our blood here on America and all throughout the earth, but really here in America? All right, because first when Esau, Edom came over here, all right, he slaughtered who? The northern kingdom, the tribe of Gad, man. All right, about 80 to 100 million Native Americans were slaughtered, man. You know how much bloodshed that is, bro? You know how much bloodshed that is? Esau, Edom got too much to pay for, man. Too much to pay for. Then on that same land, he shed the blood of the southern kingdom. First the northern kingdom, and then the southern kingdom, man. All right, the kingdom of Judah, man. All right, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, and the tribe of Levi, man. Let me let this pass, man. Let me let this ambulance pass real quick. I feel like they're just being devils, man. You know? Because I'm out here. All right? But let's go back into Isaiah. Isaiah 24. All right? And 4, it says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do language. And who are the haughty people? Esau, Edom. All right? Also talking about the proud, you proud, wicked Israelites. 2/3 of you proud, wicked Israelites, all right, are haughty and proud, all right? But mainly Esau, Edom. He's the proud one on this earth, all right? You so-called white people, you are the proudest people on this earth, man. All right, you walk around with your head out, with your neck stretched forth, all right, with your chest puffed out, all right, thinking that you're the greatest people on earth when you're really the inferior people of this earth, all right. That's why you get burnt in the sun, all right, because everything on earth needs the sun to live. But when it comes to you so-called white people, y'all get burnt by it, man. The sun kills y'all, man. All right? The sun is supposed to feed you, man. Give you vitamin D. All right? And all of that. You know? And y'all the proudest. Y'all think nothing can happen to America. Oh, this is America. Ain't yo, listen. America's going to be destroyed, man. All right? This place is finished, bro. This place is done. There's no hope for this place, man. You think that nothing can ever happen to, oh, this is America, all right? America will never fall. It will always be great and always be the top. No, nigga. America is going to be destroyed, bro. America, man, you know, you Edomites talking about America. Nah, nigga. This place is going to be destroyed, bro. This place is finished, done, finito, all right? Capiche? All right. But anyway, let me also prove that the earth is always going to be here forever, man. Because like verse 4 says, it says the earth fadeth away, right? Meaning that, all right, it says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fadeth away. All right, talking about the earth being destroyed, but the earth not being destroyed as in blowing up and then never existing ever again. You know? Meaning the earth is going to be cleansed, all right? So let's get that, all right? The scriptures say that the earth abideth forever, man. All right, let's grab that real quick. All right, that's in Ecclesiastes, I think. All right, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I think that's Ecclesiastes 1. Let's grab it real quick. All right. All right, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. It says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Yeah, the earth abideth forever. All right, because the Israelites are going to rule this planet Earth once Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, once the Lord brings Esau, Edom, the so-called white man down. All right. We're going to rule this planet Earth. We're going to reign on this earth. We're going to be kings and gods and rulers of this planet Earth once again, man. All right, this is where the kingdom of heaven is going to be. All right, rulership is for no one else, man. All right, everyone else is going to be beneath the Israelites' feet, man. They're going to be our subjects and our slaves in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, the Japanese man, all right, the Canaanite man, all right, the Ethiopian man, all right. Everyone is going to be beneath our feet when the Lord makes us kings and gods and rulers of this planet Earth once again, man. All right, so let's keep reading, all right. Verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Let's read that again, verse 5, all right. Isaiah 24 and 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And again, that goes back into Esau, Edom, because he rules this planet Earth. All right, he's the wicked race that the Lord created, all right, to rule this planet Earth. And because he's the wicked, all right, ruling this earth, wickedness is going to be spread throughout the four corners of the earth. Nothing else can come from wickedness but wickedness, man. All right, you can't have the wicked ruling the earth and then righteousness comes. You know? So since Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is ruling, that's why this earth is going to be exceedingly wicked and exceedingly polluted and defiled. Just look around you. Look what's going on, man. All right, men trying to be women, women trying to be men, women dressing up like men, men dressing up like women. Everything that is bad is called good, and everything that is called good is called bad. Everything is backwards, bro. Everything that's called sweet is called bitter. Everything that's bitter is called sweet. You know? Everything is completely backwards and contrary to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because Esau did that, man. The so-called white man did that, man. Turned this whole thing backwards, man. All right? It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances. And that goes back into Daniel, the 7th chapter, the 20th verse. All right, that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, that they will change the ordinance and the laws of the Most High, man. Because what's one of the laws of the Most High? All right, not to be a damn skittle or a carpet muncher, right? Not to be a damn mo or a lessee, right? That's one of the laws of the Most High. But Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, says that's okay. All right, he makes it legal, all right? He makes same-sex marriage legal, you know? He gives them rights that protects them. When the scriptures say a mo or a carpet muncher is supposed to be put to death. You see? All right, so let's get Psalms 8. All right, let's get the book of Psalms 82. Let's grab Psalms 82 real quick. All right. All right, Psalms 82 and Psalms 82 and 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." Yeah, all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Because Esau, Edom, being in his power seat, he made everything backwards, man. All right? He made everything backwards. He changed all the laws of the Lord. He changed all the ordinances of the Lord. He's completely contrary to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Let's read that again. Verse 24. Let me let this bus pass. All this damn noise, man. All right? That's why I gotta yell when I preach, man. All right, let me let this bus pass real quick. All right. Anyway, Isaiah 24 and 5, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant." Yeah, so again, Esau, Edom changed everything, man. Under his rulership, under his power, Esau, Edom made everything backwards, man. The so-called white man made everything backwards, man. All right? In Daniel 7 and 25, it tells you that Esau, Edom changed times and laws, man. All right? Going into the Roman Empire, America is the Roman Empire. America is the Roman Empire coming back. That deadly wound that was healed, man. All right? In Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right? So let's keep reading. It says, verse 6, "Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate." All right? "Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left." All right? Going into the destruction that's about to come, man. All right, the inhabitants of the earth are burned. All right, and a few men left. The only men that's going to be left are the elect. Those are the only ones that are going to be saved from the nuclear destruction. The elect. All right, and the elites that are going to hide in the bunkers. All right, and the reason why the Lord is going to lead the elites. All right, the Lord is going to lead the elites into the bunkers. All right, to not be destroyed, is because they're going to be our first set of slaves. Our first set of subjects, because we're gonna enslave them so they could clean up this earth. All right, that they left. All right, their first job is to be shackled up in chain and balls. All right, and to clean up this earth. All right. So it says, "Therefore has the curse devoured the earth," which is the nuclear missiles, and the destruction also coming from the chariots, man. All right, the destruction coming from the chariots, man. All right, it tells you in Zechariah 5 that the chariots, this is the curse that goeth over the whole earth. All right. So, verse 6, "Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned." All right, and few men left. All right, you know, the inhabitants of the earth are burned. The scriptures say, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth," and I think that's later on in this chapter, I think. All right, let me see real quick. All right, no, this ain't in this chapter. All right. But anyway, let's keep reading. It says, "Therefore," but let me get that precept real quick. All right. right, this is not the one I wanted, but this is a good one right here. This is Psalms 33 and 14. All right, no, excuse me, Psalm 75 and 3. It says, the earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved. All right, I bear up the pillars of it. Selah. Yeah, so all the earth, all right, and all the inhabitants thereof are going to be dissolved. What's going to do that? The nuclear missiles, the nuclear destruction that's getting ready to rain upon this earth, man. All right, and it's starting to drizzle out here, man. All right, I hate that when it happens, man, because then my pages get messed up. All right, I like reading out of the scriptures and not my phone. But anyway, it says, the new wine mourneth, verse 7, Isaiah 24 and 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth, the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the heart ceases. All right, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, because when all this hell and death and destruction comes upon this earth, when the nuclear missiles hit this earth, you people aren't going to be singing for joy. Y'all ain't going to be shrouded in mirth. You people are going to be mourning. You people are going to be in great distress, man. All right? You people, when all this destruction comes upon this earth, you people are going to be trembling, man. You people ain't going to be singing and laughing and hanging out and you know, having joy of heart. All right? Like the scriptures say, the mirth and the mirth of the earth shall cease, man. All right? And you see that happening now. Look around you, especially here in America, man. The mirth of this land is gone, man. The happiness of this land is gone, man. All right, with all this inflation, all right, people can't have fun no more and do things and all that, man. All right, the Lord is shutting things down, man. The joy of this land is gone, man. It's gone, bro. All right. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up so that no man cometh in. Yeah, the city of confusion is talking about America. All right, because America in the Bible is known as Babylon. All right, and the word Babylon comes from the Hebrew word babel, which means confusion. All right, so the city of confusion is talking about America. All right, it says the city of confusion is broken down. All right, what's going to break this place down? What's going to break America down? The nuclear missiles that are going to hit this place, man. All right, this place is going to be dissolved. Everything that you see is going to become liquid, man. This place is going to dissolve. All the buildings and the statues and monuments, everywhere you go on this earth is all going to be dissolved, man. It's all going to be dissolved. All right, but hold on, let me switch to my phone real quick because it's raining heavy now out here. It's drizzling quite heavy. All right. All right. All right. Let's get Isaiah. All right, 24. All right. I didn't think it was going to rain today either. But anyway, it says the city of confusion is broken down, which is America. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. And that's going into martial law, man. All right. How these roads are going to be blocked off. All right. That you can't go into the next city. All right. Because once this martial law pops off, everyone's going to try to flee away from it. All right. When all these tanks and military personnel are in the streets, all right, bringing in martial law, you're gonna try to flee and run into the next city, but you're not gonna be able to, man, because these roadblocks are gonna block you off from going into the next city. All right, so let's get that too as well. All right, let's get Second Esdras. All right, let's get Second Esdras 15. And Second Esdras 15 and 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah. All right. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, man. Talking about martial law, because you know the city streets are going to be blocked off, man. There's going to be roadblocks out here so that you can't escape, man. Once you see tanks out here in these streets, these Humvees, all right, M-Raps and all that, man. All right. They going all these military personnel in these streets, man, with these rifles and all that, man. You gonna see that, man. All right. This verse going into martial law and the concentration camps and all of that, man. All right. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Going into that martial law, concentration camps. All right. It says there is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, the mirth of America is getting ready to be gone, man. Like I said, it's already gone. It's already going away, man. All right. But let's read this verse again. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. Here, that wine represents this truth, this knowledge. All right, there's a crying for wine. All right, crying for truth. All right, people are going to be looking for answers when all this hell pops off here in America, when all this death and destruction and famine and misery and pain and suffering and anguish pops off here in America. You people are going to be looking for answers, man. There's going to be a crying for wine in the streets, man. All right, you're going to be looking for the prophets that are out here on the highways and hedges, just like I'm out here right now on the highways and hedges. All right, you're going to be looking for the prophets that were out here prophesying, letting you know that this is going to happen, man. And you didn't listen. All right. When that day comes, you're going to be looking for answers. You're going to be looking for the prophets, but you're not going to be able to find them, man. All right, because that door closed on you, man. You should have listened when we were out here, man. All right, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I am of one of the Lord's true chosen prophets. We told you so, man. We told you so. We told you that all this was going to happen. This is why we're telling you, the elect of you Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, and also the elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under these other nations, looking like the other nations. All right? All right, to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. We're telling the elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Before he destroys his place, man. All right? you listen, bro. You're gonna be like, bro, those dudes were right this whole time. All right? We're gonna have the last laugh. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Ratazah, I am of the elect. We're gonna have the last laugh. We're gonna have the biggest I told you so in the history of I told you so's, bro. All right, when all this martial law and anguish, all right, this very great pain that's getting ready to come upon America, man. All right, when it all happens, we're gonna say, I told you so. I told you so. You should have listened, man. All right, and you're gonna get caught up in it. And there's not going to be no escaping, man. All right? Because you can't escape the hand of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right? You understand? The ones that wanted to mock and scorn and laugh at us, all right, while we're out here on the highways and hedges prophesying the downfall and the destruction of this place, you're the ones that are going to get caught up, man. You're the ones that are going to get caught up. It's going to be too late for you because the door's already shut. All right, let's read this verse again. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets, and all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, you're going to be crying and looking for the truth. All right, and you're not going to be able to find it. You're going to be searching for the prophets, or where those guys that were out here talking about America's going to be destroyed, talking about martial law was coming, talking about the mark of the beast is coming, talking about nuclear missiles are going to hit this place. Where they at, man? We're looking for them. They were right all along. All right? All right? So let's also get that in the book of Amos. All right? Let's get the book of Amos, the 8th chapter, the 11th verse. All right? And that goes into the prophecy known as the famine of the word. When the Lord is going to stop the Israelites, the true prophets of the Lord, all right, from coming out here to the highways and hedges. The Lord is going to shut the mouth of the prophets. All right, because that's it. The Lord's mercy is over, man. All right, because that's how the Lord speaks, man, through his prophets. So when you see the prophets out here, that's the Lord stretching out his hand. All right. So as long as you see the prophets out here, you good. Come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Once you don't see them out here no more, that's it, man. The Lord shut his mouth up, man. All right, because it's not really us that's speaking. It's Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that is speaking. All right. Amos 8 and 11. All right. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Yeah, there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to hear the word of the Lord anymore. There's going to come a time where you're not going to see the prophets out here on the highways and hedges anymore, preaching this truth. You're not going to be able to find the word of the Lord anymore. That time is getting ready to come, because they're going to shut off the internet, because the prophets are on the YouTube, on the internet as well. They're not only out here on the highways and hedges, all right? They're on the internet as well, all right? And the internet reaches throughout the four corners of the earth. And that's how the prophets are heard throughout the four corners of the earth, because of the internet, man. In Psalms 119, it says their line has gone throughout the corners of the earth, man. That is done by the internet. See, we're out here on the highways and hedges as commanded by Yahweh Shai, all right? But the internet is the main highway. The internet reaches throughout the four corners of the earth. And the scriptures say once the gospel is preached throughout the corners of the earth, then the end shall come. You understand? And that's how you know Christianity is not the truth, man. Because Christianity been around since 325 AD. All right? During the time of the Council of Nicaea. All right? During the time of Constantine, man. All right? So how come the end hasn't come yet, man? How come Yahweh Shai hasn't returned yet? Because the Great Awakening is happening right now. All right? The Israelites are now coming back to who they are in these last days. And it started with Abba Bivens, man. All right? In the early 60s, man. All right? Late 50s, early 60s, man. When the Lord rose up Abba Bivens, man. All right? But anyway, let's continue reading, all right? Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah. All right. Many of you are going to seek the word of the Lord in these last days. All right. When all this hell and destruction breaks loose out here in America, you're going to be looking for answers. You're going to be looking for the prophets. All right. But you're not going to find it, man, because it's too late, man. All right. You had your chance, man, when the prophets were out here, man. All right. Your chance is right now. All right. But you ain't hearkening. You ain't listening. All right? America's getting ready to be destroyed. All right? by nuclear fire. All right? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make it rain on this earth. All right? Let's get back into Isaiah. All right? Isaiah 24. All right, and 12. It says, in the city is left desolate, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Talking about America, man. All right. It says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. Talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right, it shall be as the shaking of an olive tree. All right, when you have an olive tree and you shake it, right? You shake the olive tree and all those olives just fall. All right, just like with any type of tree that got any type of berries on it. All right, or even an apple tree or an orange tree. When you shake it, all those oranges, apples, all right? When you shake an olive tree, all those olives come falling down. That's talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right? That's talking about the nuclear missiles. All right? All right, and everybody want to pull out their damn cameras, man. Like this is some joke, man. All right? Woo! All right? Verse 13. All right? When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. Talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right? It says, they shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, they shall cry out loud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even the name of the Lord God of Israel in the isles of the sea. Yeah, that's talking about the prophets, man. That's talking about the elect. All right, because we're going to sing, all right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. Let me let this bus pass, man. All right. Because Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I am of the elect. All right, we're going to sing for joy, man. All right, once all this destruction comes, when we see America being destroyed, all right, when we're in those chariots looking down on America being destroyed, we're going to sing unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. It says, they shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh, they shall cry aloud from the sea. All right, so let's go into Revelation 15 to get the precept for that, man. All right, Revelation 15. Let's grab that, man. All right. All right. Revelation 15 and 1. It says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. Talking about the nuclear missiles, all right? Because when we're in the chariots, we're going to be looking down, all right, through the firmament, because the firmament is clear, all right, clear as crystal, all right, and it's going to be mingled with fire, talking about that nuclear destruction, all right. It says, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, which is talking about the elect, all right, the 144,000 and the multitude that follows behind the 144,000. All right. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they sing the song of Moses, all right, the servant of the Most High, the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, the Lord God, Lord God Almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. All right, so we're gonna sing that new song. All right, praising the Most High, man. All right, when he brings the destruction, man. All right. So let's continue reading. It says, verse 15, wherefore glorify ye Yahweh in the fires, even the name of Yahweh, the Most High of Israel, in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even the glory of the righteous. All right, and that song is talking about this word, this truth. All right, from the uttermost parts of the sea have we heard songs, talking about this word, this truth, man. All right. All right. It says, from the uttermost parts of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealer hath dealt treacherously, yea, the treacherous dealer hath dealt very treacherously. And that's talking about all these other nations. First and foremost, Esau, all right, but these other nations as well. They have dealt treacherously, man. All right, when you read Psalm the 83rd chapter, it talks about how they consulted against the hidden ones. All right, they have made crafty counsel, man. They deal treacherously with us, man. You don't give a damn about the Israelites, man. The true Israelites. You know? The scriptures call us a nation not desired. Talking about us, the Israelites, man. All right? So let's get back into Isaiah. Where we at, man? All right, we almost done. All right, verse 17. All right, fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. Yeah. The fear, it says, let us read that again, verse 17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. Yeah, you have inhabitants of the earth. Nothing but destruction. Nothing but fear and trembling is getting ready to come upon y'all, man. Upon this earth. Upon the people of this earth. Because of the nuclear missiles. All right? You know? All right? It says, verse 18, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. That's right, man. All right? So you can't escape it. You can't escape this destruction that's getting ready to come upon this earth. There's no way to go. When the nuclear missiles hit this earth, there's nowhere to run. You're going to be destroyed by nuclear fire. All right? There's not going to be anywhere to run. All right? Some of y'all, when you get that, when that notice pops off, all right? When some of y'all going to be stuck in traffic. Some of y'all going to be, somewhere at the bar, at your house. You're not going to be nowhere near a bunker or a shelter. All right, because when you hear that alarm go off on the radio, the TV, all right, nuclear missiles have been shot off. Get to your nearest bunker. Get to the nearest shelter. You're gonna be shitting bricks, bro. You're going to be shitting bricks. There's not going to be nowhere to run. There's not going to be nowhere to go. No help. All right? No help. All right? So, let's get Amos 5. I got a precept here. Let's get Amos 5 real quick. Oh yeah, there's not gonna be nowhere to run, man. All right, let's read that again. All right, Isaiah 24 and 18. And it shall come to pass that who fleeth from the noise of the fair shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundation of the earth do shake. Talking about the destruction coming from the nuclear missiles, and you people are going to be destroyed. There's not going to be nowhere to go. All right, so the precept for that is Amos 5 and 19. All right, but I'll start at 18. All right, Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Yeah, because the Lord is getting ready. The Lord is going to crack that sky in the midst of all that nuclear destruction. All right, when those nuclear missiles are flying, hitting this earth, you know the Lord is going to crack that sky during the time of those nuclear missiles flying. This is going to be the nuclear missiles, all right, and Yahushua and the angels simultaneously destroying this earth, setting this earth on fire, man. You understand? So it says, verse 18, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Yeah, what is it to you? The day of the Lord. What is it to you? Because the day of the Lord is not a good day. Only to the elect is going to be a good day. Everyone else is going to be destroyed. Because when the Lord comes back, he's coming back to slaughter billions of people, man. Many billions of people are going to die and be slaughtered by the hand of Yahushua, man, and the angels, man. All right? Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Yeah, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. Because a lot of y'all think that the Lord is coming back to hand out lollipops, man. To have a pillow fight with you, man. All right? That rainbows are going to shine. No, man. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right? Verse 19, this is the point. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Yeah, so wherever you go, destruction is there. All right, you flee from a lion, but then you run into a bear. Then you get away from the bear. All right, you go into a house thinking you got away from a bear, and now a snake bit your ass. You know, that's how these nuclear missiles are going to be. That's how the destruction of this earth is going to. It's not going to be no escaping this the nuclear destruction, man. You understand? All right. So let's go back into Isaiah 24. It says, verse 19, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. Yeah, that's talking about the nuclear destruction that's going to hit this earth in World War III. All right, here in America. All right, the earth is utterly broken down. Let's read it again. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. That's talking about the nuclear destruction, man. All right, the nuclear missiles that are going to hit the land of Israel, all right, and America, man. All right, all throughout this earth, all right, nuclear missiles are going to hit, man. You understand? All right, and the whole earth is going to quake, man, when this World War III pops off. You understand? All right. So it says the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. Yeah, the earth is clean dissolved. What do you think is going to dissolve everything on this earth? All right, the nuclear fire, the nuclear destruction that's going to come from the nuclear missiles when this World War III pops off, man. You understand? So it says, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Yeah, the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. The whole earth is going to rock. That's how hard these nuclear missiles are going to hit this earth when this World War III pops off. All right, because World War III is not going to be a boots on the ground type of war. It's going to be a war of burning and fuel of fire. That's the type of war World War III is going to be, man. It's going to be a whole bunch of nuclear missiles being shot off. What's up, big dog?
I worked with nukes
Yeah.
in the Marine Corps.
Right.
Yo, they're only this big, and they're like 20 times more powerful than the ones that destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I know.
And they're only the size of a big road
I
coat.
know. Let me tell you something.
Look,
The largest nuclear missile.
one submarine can destroy 240 cities on the Earth.
Woo,
One sub.
I know.
Yo.
I know, bro.
It's not gonna be good.
It's not going to be good. When these nuclear missiles hit this earth, it's not going to be good. We're reading right now that this whole earth is going to be shaken.
Where you reading from?
This is the Bible.
Yeah, I know
All
it
right.
well. I know it well.
Isaiah 24. It says right here.
Yeah.
It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. So when these nuclear missiles hit, the whole earth is going to rock. Like how a drunk man staggers when he's drunk.
I like fast forward to 61 tree. He talks about beauty for ashes, right? What
yeah.
can we give God? Nothing. He gives us beauty for ashes.
Okay.
But them things, it's funny, man. This is the earth's gonna be destroyed by fire.
By fire, yeah. And that's going to happen in World War III. All right, but like you were saying, let me tell you something. Because the largest nuclear missile to ever be detonated on Earth was called the Tsar bomber. That was the Russian nuclear missile, and that held 50 megatons.
53 megatons
of nuclear power, man, of TNT. All right, and that was back in the 60s. So imagine what they got now.
I seen it. I worked with it.
Imagine what they got now, bro. So they got 150 megatons, 100 megatons of nuclear
They're
power.
only this big.
They only that big, bro. Only just the 1 megaton nuclear missile burns 4 to 5 times hotter than the center of the sun. That's just the 1 megaton. So imagine 50 or 60. That's what's gonna hit this earth.
You're trying to warn people.
Yeah.
You're trying to.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing.
If they ain't got ears to hear,
They're that's
not
right.
gonna hear.
They're not gonna hear. They're not gonna hear.
You know what I mean?
And it's the Lord that gives you the ears to hear. All right. If the Lord don't want you to hear, He's gonna block your ears. All right. Because the Lord already has it set up for people to be saved and for people to be destroyed. All right. You know, that's how the Lord deemed it. The Lord doesn't want everyone. All right. That's why He blocked some people's ears and He opened some people's ears. All right. It's not meant for everybody to get. It's not meant for everybody to understand. All right. But most definitely, all right, nuclear missiles are going to hit America. All right. America is going to be destroyed, man.
America's
That's
not mentioned in that.
America is mentioned in the Bible.
We are.
No, America is mentioned in the Bible. America is mentioned all throughout the Bible. What I'm reading right now is about America being destroyed. All right, I'm reading Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 is about America being destroyed. All right, and third, because the Heavenly Father hates America with a passionate hatred, and that's why America is going to be wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire. This place is done. America is wicked as hell. America is the most wicked kingdom to ever exist in history. All right. Look what's going on. Look, don't you see what's happening around you? Men trying to be women, women trying to be men. You know, you got all different types of genders now. You know. All right. Let me continue reading. All right, big dog. All right. So Isaiah 24:19, it says the earth is utterly broken down. Yeah, the earth is utterly broken down. What's going to do that? The nuclear missiles. The nuclear missiles are going to break this earth down, man. All right, now it's the spirit, man. He said he was in the military. He was a Marine dealing with nuclear missiles. All right, so the Lord brought him over here to be like, yo, he said they only this big up to your knee. The warhead is like up to your knee type joint. Like up to your waist type joint, like up to here. And he said, you heard him in the video. All right, but anyway, it says Isaiah 24:19, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. All right, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Yeah, the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. The nuclear missiles are going to make this whole earth rock back and forth. That's how strong the nuclear missiles are. And the nuclear missiles that's the fierce anger and the fierce wrath of the Lord, man. You know how powerful a nuclear missile has to be, all right, for the whole earth to rock and shake back and forth? You people really don't understand what's getting ready to happen, all right? The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That's right, man. All right? You people of this earth are going to fall and not rise again. You kings of this earth are going to fall and not rise again. All right, let's get Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. All right, Isaiah 2:19. Let's get that. Isaiah 2:19. Damn, my pages are wet, bro. I hate that. All right, but that's all right. Isaiah 2:19. It says, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks. That's talking about the elites, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the DuPonts, the Aster family, the Collins family. All right, the Hissinger family, all the elite banking families. All right, they're gonna be in their caves and their bunkers. All right, because they're gonna be hiding from the wrath of the Lord, which is the nuclear missiles. All right, but we're gonna pull them out of those rocks and those bunkers. All right, and they're going into shackles and chains. All right, it says, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Woo-hoo-hoo. The Lord is going to shake terribly the earth. And that's the nuclear missiles. That's the nuclear destruction. We just read it in Isaiah 24 that the nuclear missiles, they're going to make the earth rock to and fro like a drunkard, man. All right. Let's get that in Isaiah 13 as well. All right. Isaiah 13:13. All right. Isaiah 13:13. It says, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, woo-hoo, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And that's talking about when these nuclear missiles hit this earth, man. World War III, when those nuclear missiles are shot off. All right, let's finish this, man. All right, Isaiah 24, because I don't want my pages to get wet anymore, man. I hate that, because then the ink, sometimes I use ink that's not made for this, and that ink be running. All right, Isaiah 24. All right, Isaiah 24:21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Yeah, the elites. All right, all the elites of this world, they're getting ready to come down, man. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, man. All right, the elite banking families, they're getting ready. The Lord is getting ready to bring them down, man. All the kings of this earth, the elites, all the kings of these nations, like you presidents and you prime ministers, And all you rulers, you elites, you banking families, the Lord is getting ready to punish y'all and bring you down, man. All right? Because you are our enemy and everything you have done for us, to us, man. The Lord is getting ready to bring you down, man. All right? He's going to avenge us, man. All right? All right? It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. Yeah, because they got to go into slavery. All the nations of the earth have to go into captivity. All right? Because they had us as captives. Now we're going to take them as captives. All right? Those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. All right? The book of Psalms, the 149th chapter, tells us that we're going to bind them with chains and shackles, man. And with fetters of iron. All right? It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall be visited, and after many days shall they be visited. All right, Psalms the 149th chapter. All right, tells us that we're going to take the kings of this earth, all right, and put them in chains, man. We're going to put them in chains and fetters of iron, man. All right. Let's read the last verse. All right. Then, verse 23, the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem and before his ancient gloriously. Yeah, because the Lord is going to be our light in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. Not saying that the sun and the moon is going to be not here anymore. But we're not going to need them, man, because the Lord is going to be our light, man. All right, physically and metaphorically, man. All right. So let's prove that. Let's prove that with Revelation 21 and 23, and then we'll cut it off, and we'll, All right, Revelation 21 and 22, and it says, and I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of the Most High did light in it. All right, and the Lamb is the light thereof. Talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, in the kingdom of heaven, we're not no need for none of that, bro. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rakazah. This lesson was edifying, man. All right, I want to say, Kol Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Kudash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. And again, Kol Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Kudash. All right. So on to the next one. Shalom.